Aine namba ya Odong amukubireko. Aine namba ya Odong. Asozi nawe kuya ni namba by'abazanyi toka mabode bakimanyi bakuzanyi. Bakimanyi balina okuzanyi. Ya manyi. Amaza ndibeerawo muye. Ini nambah Odong kamu yo, ini aku foto. Apa? Wale dakika sasa. Wali. Sandra Faith. Comment section, can you please hear me?
7.
Go. Go. Go.
Live yangu mtadde mu bbanga kati ekwata eri nzikiza
mbadde nzigyawo Odong abaali
Once again, good evening India viewers. I'm just having that assumption that the video has once again stabilized in terms of a well-balanced picture. Light complexion, having the portable light in the middle of the screen, and the importantly the journey at which I expect you guys to keep going. You bend. Just bend when you're passing. Anytime you're making this thing. Now, even now, you have knocked it as we speak. You can't sit there. You can't sit there, please. I request. There. No way. There, that side. Don't turn it. Game check. Microphone check. Once again, microphone check. On a serious note, stabilizing this video today is quite hectic, but once again, I think I have stabilized. This one is the last game. If I can try and check out the time, it is about midnight East African time, which is around 11 p.m. Southern African time, also midnight in Arabia, but around 9 p.m. in North Africa, and just close to 10 p.m. in West Africa. After about 12 hours, if not 11 and a half hours of action, 32 men have reduced down to the final two, and these are the two protagonists who are competing for today's final for a chance to be called the grand opening victor of today's competition here at the new Amigos Pool Arena in Kampala. This tournament for the pool players, it is a competition, a chance to shine, chance of course to win some money, chance to test the levels where they are in preparation for other events. For the owner of this place, it is the grand opening of this place, which is new, the fourth branch of Amigos Pool Arena in Kampala under the same management, but also a publicity stunt for the venue as well as for the game and for the sport. For you, a source of entertainment. For me, another chance to serve you. For the game, another chance to sign. Hazard LUKOMWA and Kenneth Odong are racing to 7 in this final. My name is Simon Peter Chobe. And there we go. It is now Hazard 1 and Odong won in a race to 7. I don't know the many times that these guys have faced off of late. In fact, they are very, very, very good friends. Forget the very serious faces that they are wearing for this final against each other. In real life, they are very good friends. In fact, it is Hazard who recommended to his management, that is the Dice Lounge management, that they do take on Kenneth Odong as a player under Hazard's own management. And since then, Odong is the second player to be signed under the Dice family. He has the same manager as Hazard. Odong, the little story is that following the inspiration from Caesar, who became the best player from the northern region of Uganda, Odong being the second of the top players that are heading from the north of late. Not the only two they are, but the best two without a shadow of a doubt. Odong also got the inspiration to move from Gulu, his home district, to the city of Kampala to try and find a club, which he did last year, a player with the Upper Volta Polo Club, but also try and find a management team, that is the Dice family, and also to try and compete and shine and grow his career in the sport that he has as a talent, and that is pole. He is ranked, by the way, 4th by the Pole Association of Uganda. Kenneth Odong, winner of one tournament organized by the Pole Association of Uganda. The year was 2022. It was called the Grand Open Championship, that was held and organized at Winners Pub in Saita. On that day, his victim was Ibrahim Kayanja in that final. It is something that he has won. He has won over Hazard, because Hazard has never won a comp of the Pole Association of Uganda. If Odong wins this one tonight, if he wins this match, if he is the first to 7 before Hazard does, it will be one of his major accomplishments. Not because of the amount of money won, because it is not so much, but it has really taken him so long to finally settle in Kampala. And oh, by the way, it is the second tournament in quick succession in the absence of Caesar that Odong is at least reaching the final, because at exactly 7 days ago at Club Kansanga, he was beaten by Deborah Simon in a 32-man competition that was called the Club Kansanga Open. And yet this is the second tournament he is participating in after that one, and yet he is in the final again. I think he has gotten his groove. I think he has finally gotten to well acclimatized within the city of Kampala. I think now we can get the chance to see the best of him. A very deserved player in the final. Please don't forget to like this video just in the meantime. Kenneth Odong 2 and LUKOMWA Hazard 1. As it stands, by the way, Break and Finish Live Facebook is also still on with that match between the two sisters, Rukia and Rashida. It stands at 4-4, 4-3 in a race to 5. And it is Rashida with 4. So it has been those kind of 2 days, non-stop. Remember that yesterday at this time I was streaming a final after about 7 hours of non-stop action. Today it has been way longer because the tournament started around 3 hours earlier. By the way, depending on how much battery I'm left on my gadgets, I may be streaming the ladies final immediately after this one. Also depending on whether you'll still be awake anyway. All right, still 2-1 if you're just joining the stream. We have a scoreboard in the top of your screen. The scores in blue are for Odong with 1. Sorry, the scores in blue are for Hazard with 1. The scores in red are for Odong with 2. The tournament favorite right now, the final favorite, will I say, the match favorite is being hunted in his own game. It is very rare, by the way, for Hazard to lose a final. Most of the time, if not all of the times that he has been in finals, he has been winning. And let me tell you this, including twice against Caesar earlier this year. And then the other final that, but yes, he has won twice in finals against Caesar, but he has also lost twice in finals against Caesar earlier this year. And then the pair have played a number of money matches. 3 of them, 2 of them being won by Hazard. He was being head started with +6, but he won with the scoreline comfortable enough for him still to have won that match, even without the head start. But when they did face off without a head start in the rest of 21, Caesar won comfortably. 21-11 the final score was. And here he is, Hazard, trying to be the best that he can be. The last time that Caesar was out of the country playing the World Heibo Masters Series in China last year, Hazard won 3 comps like this one out of about 5 in which he participated. The other 2 were won by Ibrahim Kayanja, and one that was won, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, by Pacquiao. The 4 weeks that Caesar stayed in China. For now, Hazard is just trying to see if the red ball is frozen against the cushion. Yes, it is, and indeed he reports, meaning that Odong must have his ball reach the cushion after contacting his red. In another way, a little bit of mind games at work, something that has gotten Odong in trouble in this one here. Beautiful little shots which only top players can perform, yet they may look so simple on the eye. In actual sense, these guys go through lots of training to try and perfect movement of the white ball like that one, most especially when it is a final, and most especially when your opponent is as good as Odong, most especially when you are 2-1 down and you badly need to equalize and try to regain your lead. Hazard versus one more ball will most likely be playing it the entire length of the table, maybe off 1 or 2 cushions. This is one of his best areas where he gets to entertain and win by exciting the crowd. There are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds that could intercept the movement of Hazard's white. If he's to move it further up the table, then move the white ball again downwards, try and find a good one for black. He goes for a simpler looking shot, but he is on target. I'm not so sure that he can see the black ball entirely. I'm not so sure. And by his body language, he is snookered. And yes, he is in danger here. I like to narrate that the difference between victory and defeat for players of good quality in black ball rules is very meager, very small. Now, a game like this one, if Hazard's white ball that was being drawn back had moved 1 more centimeter forwards, he would have spotted the black ball by now and would be equalizing. But now that it moved 1 centimeter less, he got himself snookered, and it's Odong in play, and it is seeming like Odong is going 3-1 up. And it's the difference between 1-2 and 3-1 is such a big difference. in pool. Thank you for watching Grace Kwamboka. It seems you're watching. Yes, you're watching from Kenya. You watched Odong during the Senator Alan Chesang Championship. He's donning the T-shirt of Senator Alan Chesang. He was a very jolly person. And greetings to you if you're watching Senator Chesang. Senator Chesang did whisper to me that there was no harm in organizing the Tawi Open Uganda chapter. What is confirmed is an even bigger and better Tawi Open Kenya chapter, next edition next year, bigger and better tomorrow. Sorry, next year. Kenneth Odong trying to make it 3. I love the tough and serious looking face that he is wearing. Meaning that he means business, despite the fact that he's playing against his friend, against his management teammate. The only thing on his mind is to win. Normally he finds no problems rolling balls like that one, moving the white ball so accurately and so beautifully, making it look so easy, but again so efficient. Simply by putting this black, which he does, Kenneth Odong now leads 3 against the one of Hazard in a race to 7. The match that has been streamed live in the ladies category between the two sisters has been won by the younger sister in Motisi Rashida, who has taken down her elder sister Rukia Naiga by 5-3. That one is also a rivalry still ongoing, and yet Amina Faith Nganda is taking on Sandra. Faith versus Sandra in the second semi. The winner of that one to face Rashida in the final. Whatever the case, Rashida will be an overwhelming favorite for the victory in the final. Apologies, the size of this venue is not that big, to the effect that many times you see people crossing across the camera. It doesn't look professional, but that's what we have to work with. So you'll be watching a beta video. This one, if you watch in landscape mode. From where I'm watching, it looks nice. I can even say it looks beautiful. I'm hoping the network doesn't misbehave at all, because this one is the last match of the tournament. could be the last I'm streaming today. That is a foul from Hazard. Either carelessly or complacently, no ball touched the cushion after he played. Odong doesn't believe his luck. Having two unexpected shots in a final where you find yourself leading 3-1 against the guy who starts as the match favorite against you. And then out of the blue he fouls. That is some stroke of luck, coupled with some stroke of genius. The way Kenneth Odong has been shooting in the final and in the tournament so far, by the way. If he wins this one, he will be a deserved winner. Just like Hazard if he finds a way of taking down Odong. And I wouldn't complain about the two players that we are having in the final. Yes, there has been Kasozi, there has been Computer, there has been Ibra Sejemba. The dark horse of the tournament, Yahya Mpindi, the young boy who is playing third place match by Ibra. I don't know what is happening that side. But it is these two, and they are very well deserved. As the power went out momentarily, Odong was spotting a ball, but for those of us who were at the venue, we did watch that shot quite well. So he proceeds with the play. He's playing the Reds. The power went down as the white ball was moving, so it did not affect his pattern of play. He just didn't get the bounce of the white ball off the cushion right at all. And yet he doesn't pot. And seemingly returning the favor back to Hazard. At one point I thought that it was so obvious that Odong was going for one up. And yet it now looks a little bit obvious that Hazard is pulling one back to make it 3-2. It's another of the reasons I say that the difference between victory and defeat in black ball rules when it is good players against each other is so small, so meager. There we are. He's always lethal. He's always a punisher. Once again, punishes Odong for misusing a chance given out. After 5 games played, Kenneth Odong leads 3-2 against Hazard, and Hazard gets his timeout that is being granted at 2 minutes. As we resume this final, please like the video if you've not. We are way over 200 watching, yet just over 40 have liked. Please be the 50th and 60th and 70th, maybe 100 or so, at least maybe 200 to have liked. After all, liking is a matter of clicking that thumb just below your screen, below the name of the page on the left. Please do like, do like, do like. That is the break by Hazard. He gets to put 3 reds. Oh my god. It doesn't get any easier than that one. How does that even ever happen? Putting 4 balls of the same color on the break, it is very rare. Very, very, very rare. And yet he goes for the yellows. Maybe rightly so, because he has a yellow ball to pot and knows that one of the reds is after all frozen against the cushion. I've ever seen this kind of thing exactly. I remember it was Dembaba who potted 5 reds on the break against Kasozi, then played yellows and still won that frame by break and finish. It is about 2 years ago. How fast time can run. I did share that same video on the Peter Chove Live YouTube channel of that very frame. Hazard is trying to replicate exactly that one, but it is understandable why he decided to play the reds, which were 7, and let go of the. Sorry, he played the yellows, which are 7, and let go of the reds, which are 3, because he was finding it hard to pot a yellow to close the table only. And yes, he knows that he's good enough as long as balls are in pretty good space. For now, he will have a little bit more difficulty trying to put the yellow ball. He's looking at the corner pocket at the top of your screen, diagonally. There we go. He pots and moves the white ball even more beautifully. He will most likely be trying to put both of these yellows to the same corner pocket. Same pocket. But white ball bouncing off the cushion, easy does it. One of the weird apples that you will be seeing when a player puts 4 balls of the same color, then he opts for the opposite color, but still perfects the apple. This is what exactly Hazard is doing right now, making it look ever so easy. The black is a formality of a pot, and yet this is the 6th game, and yes, out of 6 games, frames are evenly shared. Hazard 3 and Kenneth Odong 3. With that big powerful break, Odong's intention is to respond to Apple with Apple. His is unique from Hazard's. He will have to play the Reds most likely. He only potted 1 yellow on the break, but all Reds are positioned relatively well. How will I say relatively? Very, very well. It's a very open game. That one, Odong, on any time, on any day. And twice when it's past midnight, he will be going for a clearance. And here he goes. Facebook, same name. And there we go. White ball is as close as the word close itself. Perfect clearance. Perfect Apple. The perfect game. Right at the break, Odong makes it 4 compared to Hazard's 3. This year alone, Hazard is pretty much on a roll. He won a tournament, I remember, at Amigos in Kansanga. He won the 32-man comp that also had South Africa's Jeremiah Naido in participation. Odong is complaining about the rack of the balls. There's a little bit of exchange between the players. Hazard thinks that Odong is interfering with his concentration. Odong is saying that you're not racking the balls right. Sometimes the players are right with their complaints. Sometimes it is only mind games. Hazard just has a slight walk off the table to reconcentrate himself and try to attack the game once again. That one is one for keeps. Please like the video as Hazard breaks. We are close to 300 watching, only 70 have liked. Please like if you've not yet liked anyway. Just by touching that thumb. Hazard comes again to rack the balls. This time calls Odong to inspect to ensure that they are racking properly. Now this is nothing related to the game itself. They are playing on the psychology of each other. That is all that is happening. Maybe they realize that it's what they need to try and beat each other. Mind games are part of the game. And in each game, and many times there is a player who is affected by mind games of the opponent. Not just in pool, but also other games. Boxing, football, name it. These are mind games in pool. Hazard to break. A fair break it is. A yellow ball potted on the break. And I think that he will be going for the Reds. I also think he is going to try to produce an apple, which if he does make, then it will be the third consecutive one from both of these players, with Hazard on 2 and Odong on 1 in succession, making the match so far a world-class match, especially if this frame also goes by way of apple. It is a failure of a pot that leaves an open table. Odong is at liberty to play the Reds, as free as he is to play the yellows as well. Thank you for watching, Steve Ayala. Laughing at Hazard's comedy. Katerega Peterson, thank you for watching. Linda Langat saying that this is Hazard as usual. Linda, go away. Micron Isma, your comment is well noted. Sinetemba Kashio must be watching from somewhere in South Africa. Tabomot Lang. Noticing the mind games, Samuel Mashava. Ninsima Abdu seems to be supporting Kenneth. Denish Ochan. Thank you for reminding us to keep liking, just liking. Eh? Kamagisha Daniel. Yes, also reminding us just like. Dennis Goloba also reminding us to like the video. Stephen Ojara, thank you for watching. We are following closely your return you are happy and excited about the return of Kenneth Odong. Ojara was one of the first people to manage Odong as a personal manager, and is rightly recommending the good form that Kenneth Odong is in right now. Second consecutive tournament in a final. And no better way to do it than utilize the absence of a certain Caesar Chandiga. Has to put white ball bouncing off the cushion like that. It is one of the shots that Odong plays so frequently, but so consistently well when you get to look at his game. That little backspin of bouncing the white ball off the cushion, then having it in space, and in a pretty good space for his next ball to get potted. The rest 4 players of this level is a formality. It will still be a formality even if it were a training session, but more of a formality if the opponent is a Hazard, and even a bigger formality if it is a final. You're trying to win your first tournament in almost a year. For Odong, yes, there is money to win, but beyond winning, he just wants to get his name on the winners of a tournament. And yet he misses the black ball. Very painful miss this one could turn out to be. If Hazard finds a way to clear this one, it will be 4-4. If somehow Odong gets to win this game, it will get to 5-3. Hazard next in attack. Hazard just took off some time there as we are watching to try and ask his opponent not to be communicating with fans, because there seems to be a quick realization that the majority of them are rooting for Odong to win. Maybe just being human, because he has taken too much time without winning. That mass shot was not accurate at all. It leaves the ball, the match, the game begging for Hazard to win. A small matter of 6 yellows. All of them are in pretty good position. Even the one closest to your screen can get potted to any of the 2 corner pockets on the left or on the right of your screen. Even at that pocket where there is a black, you can clearly see that there is space. Seemingly Hazard to equalize. If he wins this game, then we have a race to 7 being turned into a race to 3, and the wait for Odong to win a first comp after a long time could be still on, unless he does something here. He needs 3 and Hazard needs 4 out of 6, including this ongoing game. Odong has another chance. I am not so certain at all. I don't believe that he thought this one was coming. He sat down and waited. Maybe he prayed for this chance to come. Now he has the chance. By the way, putting that black ball is not obvious. It is not as easy as it looks, because white ball has the cut on it, has that angle. To roll it about 5 centimeters towards the pocket, and white ball could move to the corresponding corner pocket. He is on target. What he normally does best is potting balls. Potting black, he has done Kenneth Odong 5 and Hazard 3. Maximum of 5 games to go. Of the 5, Odong needs 2 and Hazard needs 4. Dr. Robert Onekalit, you can go to sleep now. Guy must be kicking the blanket around every time Odong misses a ball. He's Odong's godfather in the game, and I'm imagining what he's up to right now. But thank you for always watching and being a generally good person. But it's long since you last bought me some drinks, Oneka. Be in class. Yes, 5-3. Hazard. By the way, Odong is queuing. He's having some sort of small mountain to climb. A small one. He can do it, Hazard. No shade of a doubt. But also no shade of a doubt that Odong has it within himself to win 2 more games. And yet this one could be one of those 2. One of those times when maybe mother luck evades you a bit. That is what is happening to Hazard. Some of the games, even closing the table has been a little bit of a problem. Sometimes he has been getting chances that he's normally given and takes them away with too much ease. And for this final, he has not been all that lethal, all that effective, all that consistent. Johnson Kaizi, thank you for watching. You say Odong plays professional and he wants to win. I'm realizing that even in the comment section, Odong has the lion's share of the fans. Sometimes things just happen like that, even at the venue. But I just think that it is a human element that when someone has won so much, then the other one has not won in a long time, then naturally the normal human being will fancy, will root for the one that has rarely been winning to also win. I want to think that that is the reason why majority of the fans here at the venue are rooting for Odong. Tomorrow these players are having a rest, apart from a very few who are yet to play their last qualifying games for the National Open Grand Finale. Men and women alike. The qualifying session ends this weekend. A few games tomorrow, a few on Saturday. The crowd are starting to get a little bit noisy. Maybe they are starting to see the end in sight, most especially should Odong find a way to win this game. If he goes 6-3 up, I will personally see it very difficult, even a player of Hazard's level, to win 4 straight against Kenneth Odong, simply to stand a chance to win this tournament. But if Odong fails here, if Hazard can find a way to steal this game from Odong, then it will be game on again, because 4-5 is not an insurmountable lead, not at all. But 6-3, you are home and dry, almost. There is the pot. There was always doubt as to whether there was passage over that yellow ball, and there was a sigh of silence all across the arena. Guys wanting to see where that one went. Odong played it so perfectly and so neatly, and gives himself now a chance, a clear path to try and make it 6, which if he makes would be now an overwhelming favorite, for this would be victory. There is the white ball. This is stuff these players want to always dream about, playing in a final and playing this well at the right end of the year. The guy is picking when big tournaments are loading at the business end of the year, as I like to call it, the National Open Championship of Uganda, the car competition, amongst others in and out of the country. He is red hot. I want to think that in the last 1 to 3 weeks he is playing his absolute best. How he played in the tournament that he came second last week, how he's playing right now is nothing short of phenomenal. Kenneth Odong 6 and LUKOMWA Hazard 3. This break is so significant for both Hazard and Odong, but it's seemingly more significant than Odong. It was so important for Hazard to pot a ball, to try and make an apple, which would bring him within 2 of Odong, which will keep him in the tournament. If Kenneth Odong can find a way of winning this game, some kind of way, he wins the tournament, which will be the proudest of the World Beat 3 tournaments that he would have won in the city of Kampala. He must go, in my opinion, for the Reds. A very sharp cut of the red ball closest to the white ball to the corner pocket closest to your screen on the left is probably the best bet of trying to pot red. But it's not easy. By the way, it is very difficult to close the table in this circumstance. The table is closed and the section of the crowd celebrated that shot as if Odong, whom they support, whom they fancy to win tonight, has spotted the black ball himself. He's 7 shots away from the victory, but they must be 7 accurate shots. And speaking of accurate shooting, it doesn't come any better than that. Every time that he puts the ball, he gets closer to the money, to the victory, to the chance to be called a comp champion, right at the heart of Kampala. You will imagine that as he tries to make a clearance of these 7, these now 5 reds and a black ball, he is imagining the vision he got when he decided to move from his lovely district of Gulu in northern Uganda to become resident in Kampala, to better his pool career, to follow the right example of Caesar, who has become the toast of the country, the city, the continent, and beyond, simply by playing well and shooting well and winning well. Right now, an inspiration, and I know that he is watching from thousands of kilometers away in Marrakesh, rooting for Odong. It is now 3 more reds to go and a black, which is a little bit suspect, but when a guy is on fire, as he is Odong right now, it should not be a big problem. It is 3 reds. It is now 2 reds. He needs to manage the next white ball quite effectively. It is an accurate shot he wants. The best bargain for him to pot the second red is to the corner pocket closest to your screen on the left. Here is the guy that is nicknamed Regeza, playing the most important shot for himself in this tournament and for his fans. Those who are watching at the venue, in their hundreds. Also those of you who are watching right away from the venue, also in their hundreds. A simple roll of that red ball to the corner pocket leaves him natural white ball for the black ball to the center pocket, just like that. Makes it look easy. It is a moment for Kenneth Odong to ponder, to try and create a celebration for himself and fans, but it has not come to pass. As he misses a ball that was, in my opinion, almost unmissable. I wouldn't fancy that he would have gone for the bank shot for the double. There was space at that center pocket, right where that black ball was near. Maybe nervousness, and he's giving chance away exactly to the wrong opponent at the very wrong stage of the match. What is Hazard doing here? Yes, he is playing safety. He is playing snooker. It is the right shot. The biggest likelihood for Odong is to play off the cushion on the right, that cushion near the black ball. I don't see a player of this ball missing the black, but by his stance, as if he's intending to put it off the cushion. And if he ever did, what a way he would have closed this tournament. He's clearly snookered. There he is, seemingly playing off the cushion, probably going for power try and put black out the corner pocket on the top. Finds the black, but finds it only to avoid giving out two shots. I want to call this one advantage hazard. And a player of Hazard's level, it is very unlikely that he can lose a game like this one, unless it is destiny. Thank you for watching Malifi. Supporting Hazard, you say one game at a time. Yes, he has to take it one game at a time, and this is the game. He has in his mind and executing with his body right now. Daniel Kamagisha, thank you for watching. It is 6-3. Hazard needs to win 4 games in a row, including this one. Odong needs only one of those 4. It has ever happened in the game of pool, and so many times, by the way. Because should Hazard win this game, yes, it is a morale booster for him. Should he win a second after this one, then Odong starts to play under pressure. And under pressure, should he lose a third, then we get a decider. And how about this kind of confidence? Where is White going? White is safe. Shooting that well under pressure when knowing that anything that goes wrong loses you the match and the tournament entirely. There comes the truth. Shooting like indeed the truth. Even the fans that have not been supporting him have uploaded that kind of shooting. The rest, I normally say, is a formality. Hazard 4, Odong 6. This one is an attempt by Hazard to win a second in succession, which will bring him within just one of Odong. No shadow of a doubt that he can. What we wait to see is if he will. Very confident guy in himself. Wears his face. Wears a picture of his face on his shirt. And his nickname right at the back of his shirt. And it's his big lettered capital letters and very big in size. And there you can see the word. It is the truth. Hazard the truth. He says all other players, including Odong, are false. A very rough-looking character while on table. Sometimes he goes against his opponents, makes him annoyed when he realizes that fans are largely not in support of him. He makes them annoyed as the game progresses, and sometimes he goes away as a winner, having annoyed everybody who is at the venue. Sometimes even those who are watching online, he gets on top of your nerves, and it's all the drama that makes this sport a very popular sport of late, especially as an internet sport. And once he puts that yellow ball he's looking at right now to the corner pocket, he actually changes his mind. He has a big level of difficulty, not just spotting but also maintaining the white. He must bring it back to the position where it was. He gets himself snookered. That is seeming like the turning point of this match. As if destiny is to have Odong win a tournament today. Or will I say tonight? Hazard has a perturbed mind. He knows that most unlikely than not, this may not be his tournament to win. Not when your opponent is one game away from the victory. When you need 3 in order, you get yourself snookered. He has one option only to try and find the yellow off the angle. And yet even finding that yellow may not be enough unless he gets to pot it somehow. By the way, in my opinion, he could be the best player in Uganda trying to find 1 or 2 angles. Try and pot balls off the cushion. He is so good at that. Maybe he gets himself snookered so often that he will get to see that other side of his game. But he does it so well. This one, he seems to be trying to play the yellow off this cushion closest to your screen on the right, off one cushion and the second, and finds the yellow off the red. He doesn't pot, but it was a very good attempt to try and pot. Most likely, Odong will be playing another safety shot, another snooker shot. And then there Hazard to allow him back on table again. As though he were listening to me, he plays safe, he plays snooker, daring Hazard to re-allow him back on the table. These 7 reds are versing 1 yellow and a black ball and a scoreboard on top of your screen which has scores. The 4 for Hazard, the 6 for Odong, the rest is 7. The prize is to become number one in this 32-man competition that has been happening for the last 12 hours. Hazard to play off two cushions in L motion. There he goes, there he goes, there he goes. So bad that he, in trying to bend his body, got you snookered. But yes, he has found his yellow. But once again, I want to think that it is still advantage Odong, because as the guy who is calling the shots decides when to pot, when to play snooker. Only disadvantage for him. Oh, I didn't see. Hazard actually fouled. From my position, it seemed as though he had found his yellow. Now that he has fouled, it is seeming as if we have seen the last of Hazard in this tournament, because the guy that moved all the way from Gulu to better his talent from in the city of Kampala with the same management team as his current opponent, with a mission to emulate Caesar, is having a chance to start his count of winning comps, weekly comps, monthly comps, and the bigger tournaments in the city of Kampala. Taking on an opponent who is his friend but has shown him the other side of being an opponent, being a rival, even though these two guys move on so well together as buddies, both managed by the Dice management. This is one of Gulu's finest, trying to conquer the city of Kampala on the pool table with all, or if not most of the best players in Uganda in participation in this match, in this tournament at some point. Talk of Ibra, talk of Kasuzi, talk of Computer, talk of Hazard himself, and the others. It is becoming even more seeming that Kenneth Odong is going to become number one tonight. For as long as he rolls that black ball to the center pocket, to imagine all of his journey, the big trials and failures and near misses, finally are ending in joy and celebration, because Kenneth Odong has emerged triumphant out of 32 players in a 13-hour tournament here at the new Amigos Pool Arena in Kampala. I thank you for being a wonderful audience for the last 13 hours up to now, as witnesses of Kenneth Odong winning his first competition in a very long time. But once again, final scores in tonight's tournament in the final have been Hazard LUKOMWA in a race to 7-4 and Kenneth Odong 7. I wish you a very lovely night. May the Almighty God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.